All right, let's talk about business intelligence. You know that feeling, right? Your company is practically swimming in data, but you're starving for actual wisdom? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to demystify BI tools and show you how they work like a GPS, helping you navigate all that data to make way smarter, faster decisions. Here's the game plan. We're going to tackle this in 4 parts. First up, we'll cover how you actually get from raw data to smart decisions. Then, we'll take a look at some of the most popular tools out there. After that, we'll dig into the secrets of making it all work together. And to wrap things up, we'll get a little futuristic and peek at what's next with AI-powered BI. So let's dive right in. First things first, why do we even need this stuff? Let's talk about the fundamental challenge that BI was created to solve. Does this sound familiar? You've got data coming out of your ears, sales reports, website clicks, customer feedback, you name it. But when it comes time to turn all that noise into a clear strategy, it feels kind of impossible, right? That exact problem is why business intelligence exists. It's built to close that gap. So at their very core, BI tools are basically the ultimate translator. They're these powerful software platforms that take all that messy, complex information and turn it into something clean, understandable, and, this is the key part, something you can actually act on. So what do these tools really do? I mean, it's way more than just making pretty charts. First, they let you dig into your past data to figure out not just what happened, but why it happened. Second, you can track your KPIs, your key performance indicators, in real time, giving you a live pulse on the business. Third, they help you use that data to forecast what might happen next. And finally, they get this power into everyone's hands, so your whole team can make smarter calls on the fly. So to wrap up this first part, business intelligence takes that chaos of raw data and turns it into clear, simple actions. It's the thing that closes that critical gap and helps you actually steer the ship. All right, so now that we get why BI is so important, let's open up the Manager's Toolkit. We're going to look at a couple of the biggest and most powerful BI tools you'll find on the market today. Now, the world of BI is huge, but there are 2 names that you're going to hear over and over again: Microsoft's Power BI and Salesforce's Tableau. These are the heavy hitters, and they're both famous for their incredible data visualization and their ability to plug into pretty much any data source you can think of. So what can you actually do with these things? Well, you can turn a giant, soul-crushing spreadsheet into a beautiful, easy-to-read visual in minutes. You can build these cool, interactive dashboards where your team can click around and explore the data for themselves. It's all about finding those hidden patterns and then sharing what you found with the whole team, just like that. And this quote from the source material really hits the nail on the head. There is no magic one-size-fits-all tool. The best platform for you really depends on what you're trying to do, how complicated your data is, and frankly, how tech-savvy your team is. So the big takeaway here is that these tools are designed to democratize data. The whole point is to make them so intuitive that anyone in the company, not just the data nerds, can look at the numbers and finally understand the story the business is trying to tell. Okay, so you picked a great tool, awesome, but that's only half the battle. The real magic, the real value, comes from weaving it into the very fabric of how your company works every single day. Let's talk about how to do that. You can think of a successful integration as a 4-step journey. It all starts with strategy, making sure your BI plan is directly linked to a real business goal, like cutting costs. Next up is data. You have to make sure your data is clean and reliable because, garbage in, garbage out. Then it's about your people. You got to train them so they actually know how to read and use the data. And finally, it's about process, making data a part of your weekly meetings and daily check-ins until it just becomes second nature. And what's the big prize at the end of all this? A massive jump in operational efficiency. I mean, when every decision at every level is backed by real data, things just run smoother. You use resources better, you spot problems faster, the whole company just gets smarter. So the bottom line is that integration isn't some technical task you just hand off to IT. It's a strategic cultural shift. It's about transforming your entire organization into a more data-driven and ultimately more successful operation. And for our final section, let's look ahead. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are not just buzzwords anymore. They are completely changing the game and rewriting the rules for what business intelligence can even do. This slide captures the shift perfectly. Think about it. Traditional BI is like a rearview mirror. It's descriptive. It's great at telling you what happened. But AI-powered BI? That's your GPS for the road ahead. It's predictive and prescriptive, telling you not only what will happen, but maybe even suggesting the best route to take. AI and machine learning are basically giving these platforms superpowers. They can automatically spot insights a human might miss, run really sophisticated predictions about the future, and find that one critical needle in a haystack pattern that's buried in mountains of data. It completely changes a manager's job from just finding answers to asking way better questions. So the ultimate takeaway is this massive shift in perspective. Thanks to AI, business intelligence is no longer just about looking backward. It's becoming your intelligent co-pilot, a true GPS for navigating the future of your business. And that leaves us with one last really important thought. As these BI tools get more and more powerful, the most valuable human skill isn't going to be processing data. It's going to be curiosity. The future won't belong to the companies with the most data, but to the ones who know how to ask the best questions.